Hi, my name's Kaihan Krippendorff, and I'm the developer of the Outthinker process. And what I wanted to do with this video is walk you through the key strategic habits that this Outthinker process helps you develop, and give you a sense of what you'll be covering in the program that you attend. My research into strategic thinking habits says that if you study great innovative thinkers, these could be ancient thinkers like Sun Tzu or Napoleon Bonaparte, or more modern strategic thinkers like Steve Jobs or Richard Branson, if you look at their thinking habits, you'll see that they share one thing in common, and that's an ability to see and execute strategic options that others don't see. And how do they do that? Well, they do 5 things differently. There are 5 habits that they exhibit, and I call those mental time travel, seeing the interconnected system, frame shifting, adopting a disruptive mindset, and reality twisting. And so what I'd like to do is just briefly touch on each of these and talk to you about how the program would help you develop and address these habits. First is mental time travel. So I was dropping my kids off at school. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and every time I get to school, we get into the same debate. My younger daughter, 3 years old, she wants to drop my son off first so that she can see his room, and my son wants the opposite. He wants to drop my daughter off first, and we go back and forth, and eventually I find a way to resolve the situation, but there's one argument that works with my son that never works with my daughter, and it's important to understand why that is. My son, I could get on my knees, look him in the eye, and I can explain to him, if we drop off you first today, that's what he doesn't want, then tomorrow we'll drop off your sister first, and you'll get to see her room. And you can see him sort of squint his eyes and visualize stepping out into the future and imagining tomorrow dropping off my daughter first, and then he comes back to the present and he makes a choice. 50-50 chance, but at least there's a 50% chance that he'll say, sure, we'll do that. Now, when I make that same argument to my daughter, she invariably, always, 100% says no. The reason for that is that you do not develop the ability to mental time travel, to visualize the future, until you reach the age of 4. Scientists have done this experiment. They've given children the option of getting 2 stickers tomorrow or 1 sticker today, and 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds usually choose the 2 stickers tomorrow, whereas 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds almost always want the sticker today. So this ability to travel forward in time mentally and visualize this future, exploring all of the details and implications of this vision, is a distinguishing habit of great innovative thinkers. Kasparov, the chess grandmaster, he says that he thinks always 3 moves out. When he's playing a more demanding opponent, he can think many more moves out. So that's the first thing that we'll do, is we'll walk you through a process that will help you and your team think more moves out, visualize this optimal future, come back to the present, and thereby be clear on what you need to address today to achieve that future. The second challenge is attacking the interconnected system. So Scipius Africanus, he's a Roman general, and he was faced with an almost impossible challenge. The Senate asked him to take on the challenge of attacking Hannibal. Now, Hannibal had famously marched over the mountains with elephants and now was attacking regions of Rome, and many other generals had tried to stop Hannibal and attack him, but every time they attacked him, they lost. So Scipio took a different perspective. He stopped, and instead of attacking Hannibal, he attacked the system. He looked at all of the interconnections of this system, and he decided to let Hannibal continue to attack Roman towns. And instead, he went westward, and he took over a town called New Carthage, now called Cartagena in Spain. New Carthage was a critical supply route to Hannibal, and once Scipio Africanus removed that supply, Hannibal grew weak, and Romans were eventually able to conquer their enemy. So this is a habit of innovative thinkers, is rather than look at the actual thing that you can see, they look at the invisible parts of it, the interconnections, the interdependencies, and they look at this system and attack the weakest part of the system rather than the item. And so what we'll do is we'll walk you through a process of building a systems map that will enable you to begin thinking in this way. This thinking, systems thinking, has been shown to correlate with more effective leadership as well. Third habit, frame shifting. So another story about my kids. I lost my keys. I was getting them ready for school. They were all bundled up, ready to go out into the car to go to school, but I couldn't find the keys. I looked everywhere I knew to look in the house, and they just weren't there. So what did I do? I got on my knees, and I wasn't praying. I was looking for the keys. I just changed my perspective to see. I tried everything. Let me just change my perspective and see what else do I see. And there I saw the keys. They were hiding behind a little piece of furniture in the corner of the room. One of my kids must have put it there. I picked up the keys, got them in the car, and we were only 5 minutes late for work. When you face a problem and you don't see a solution, sometimes it helps to just shift your perspective. That's the point of the story. It's been also shown that more effective leaders are able to shift their perspective more fluidly than less effective leaders. So in this workshop, we're going to introduce you to a set of new perspectives. And what you'll find is by looking at your challenge through several new perspectives, 5 or 6 or 7 different perspectives, you and your team are going to start off with the 5 ideas that you already had, and you will generate 50, 100, 150 possible solutions to solving your problem. And because you approach the problem with more possible solutions, there's a greater chance that in those set of solutions, you're going to have the silver bullet that your competitors do not see. That's the third habit, frame shifting. Fourth is a disruptive mindset. And the idea here is that having an idea that customers will love is great. But in the long run, everything becomes a toaster. Everything gets eroded and becomes a commodity. And so what you want to do is you want to pick the ideas that your competitors, being smart and intelligent, will choose not to copy. There's a company called ePrize, a company that I cover in my research. They are an online marketing company, let's say, and they have been so successful that they now have a problem, which is they don't have viable competition. So what do? They created a competitor, a hypothetical made-up competitor called Slither. It has its own logo that looks a little bit like Enron, and this is the worst competitor that you could have. They break into your office with gorilla masks, and they steal stuff, they hack into computers, they try to steal customers, they issue false press releases, and if you're working at ePrize and you're solving a problem, your boss may turn to you and say, hey, what would your the person that has your job in Slither do in this situation? What that does is it forces you to step out of your mindset, step in the mindset of your competitors and ask, what would the competitor do? And that is what I mean by disruptive mindset. So we're going to show you how to rapidly take 150 ideas and narrow them down to the ideas that your customers will love, but that your competition also will be slow to copy or won't be able to respond intelligently to it. The final habit is reality twisting, the ability to change your change the perspective of others so that they see your invention. You know, they say Steve Jobs has a reality distortion field around him. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, people have complained that he twists reality. And I think that's exactly right. Great innovators are able to twist other people's reality to get them to see that their innovation is an exciting one. Why is $1 worth $1? Just because you and I both agree it's $1. Why is Apple a cool company? Because people agree it's a cool company. Why many of the things that exist in the world today exist is simply because someone has convinced enough people that those things exist. So what we will do is walk you through a way to help you approach the challenge of twisting the reality of other people, of enrolling people in your innovation more effectively. We'll specifically walk through 4 steps that you want to take: your goal, your audience, your message, and how you engage your audience in that message. So those are the 5 habits of innovative strategic thinkers: mental time travel, attacking the interconnected system, frame shifting, adopting a disruptive mindset, and reality twisting. When we work together during the program, we'll walk you through a set of practical tools to help you apply those to your advantage. My name is Kaihan Krippendorff, and I look forward to working with you.